back for God and country.
Yeah.
That's what we do every day of the week, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. And we are always grateful that you keep choosing us. I mean, you wake up in the morning to watch us. Charlie, we are very privileged people, but
yeah, we are.
Are you awake yourself?
Bella, I refuse the lie of the devil. This morning I'm awake.
Which devil?
The other one. So there are mornings that I'm awake and Johnny, Mama Ketri, me who say me nyane, but me nyane.
Your soul is awake, but your body is asleep.
Or more like the body is awake, but the
soul is still.
Yeah. And then I look at the time like, okay, 10 minutes more, 10 minutes. Somebody alarm no matter the 10 minutes I can't.
Snooze.
But before,
it's the worst thing you can do to yourself.
Lord, to Bella.
You would knock off.
Bella,
because it's like you close your eyes and then the next second it's the most annoying thing, man.
Charlie, we want to know how you feel watching us in your bed.
Exactly.
We want to know how you feel.
Yeah.
How does it feel? I mean,
are they watching us?
The morning is cold.
Oh, they do, because in this day and age of technology, most people watch us on their phones.
Yeah.
They don't even need to wake up
but
to
they're
go
not in bed.
to.
Don't worry.
Oh, they're in bed.
Well,
Where are they?
They just showered. Why are you sleeping? Wake up.
Good morning. We trust you're fine this morning. But we are also fine. It's cloudy out there, so if your children are stepping out, get them some protective clothing is important. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. And if you step out and you're driving, be very, very careful and cautious while you drive. We need your life. We need you to watch us every morning. We need to have a conversation with you. Be on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp with us and contribute to active society. So here we are.
Yeah, we're here.
The dollar is now 6 cedis.
Hey,
I'm wondering why it's
Bella.
rounded.
Bella, so
The dollar is
I think it was 4 days ago or something, and then I tried converting 100,000 Ghana into dollars, and then I realized that it was only $16,000. How can someone work hard, maybe the whole year, manage to get some 100,000, and yet it is only $16,000? Yet when we go asking for the properties out there, young people like us who are thinking of the future, thinking of owning homes, and it's starting from what, $350,000 and $400,000
for the regular. I mean, it's nothing less than what, 120,000.
That one I haven't seen some.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Those ones,
and
where
that's
are
even
they?
A studio apartment.
Exactly.
That's a studio
just
apartment.
one room.
You're going
just
to get that for between 100 and 150.
So Bella, I'm thinking family. You want to get married, maybe raise one child or two. You need a 2-bedroom or at most 3-bedroom, if we can put it that way. For women, I mean, our clothes and all, you need a full closet and everything. And you're looking at what, 300,000. Now, 100,000 is even short of $20,000.
Exactly.
So when will I get 40, 60, 80, 100, even before I get to $200,000?
It's even more about the young people who are coming out of school. And you see, we're painting this picture of hope for them. And we're saying that once you come out of school, you'll get a job and blah, blah, blah. There are people who are coming out of national service and they're already complaining that I'm coming home, I don't have a job, I don't have any prospects at the moment, and so I don't even know what's going to happen. And there was even someone who sent a message yesterday and said that we hope that we'll even be paid, the national service salary until we find a job, because we don't know how we're going to survive. Look at that young person who's hoping that they would want to buy a place or even rent. How long is it going to take for them to gather money to rent in the first place, to even think of owning a home? And these are the young people that we're saying are future leaders. And we're not even creating that environment for them.
Yesterday, I asked that question on the news review segment with Suhini and
Echo Vincent.
I asked that question. I said, look, national service is ending between now and August. Later September, it would have ended. Now, what prospects are there for them? You remember last year, we still had national service personnel who are qualified. Some have even gone on to do top-up. Some have done a master's degree. Some who were already in the service have gone on to do upgrade. Nurses, doctors, teachers, all manner of people. There are people who are looking for their first job. So then you get the argument that, they can become entrepreneurs because they are taught entrepreneurial skills. And I'm happy that we have a capitalist government in power. But what is capitalism without capital? Because capitalism thrives on, and I always make the argument that, look, if you're asking me to go into farming, for example, is the bank willing to give me money to go and do oil palm plantation that will take 36 months for the oil palm tree to run to the station and yield fruits?
Yeah.
Is the bank willing, or the bank will give you the money, but 6 months the bank will come knocking and say, give me my money. If I go into piggery, how long would it take for me to turn around the money at least and start paying off? So all those nuances are there. And even though it may look like a youth unemployment situation, it is a huge national security risk. Because now, I heard Kojo Pokroma talk some time ago when I was off that terrorists are recruiting.
Yeah.
Who would they recruit? Because if you are hungry, they would recruit you. If you are hungry, they can afford you money. They can afford you the comfort that you're looking for, food, clothes, shelter. You are a soft target. And that's where I expect for our leaders to start looking at it. But unfortunately, you see, ladies, the very people we sit here sometimes to talk for are the very people who tend to turn the gun onto us and try and create an impression as if we are on one side of the political divide. And that is a great disincentive. Because, see, at least around this table, we have jobs. So if we're selfish people, we would come to work and still be trumpeting whatever we are. It's on the front pages. We'll just trumpet it and go home. At the end of the month, in 2-3 days, we'll get our salaries.
Exactly.
But we are speaking for you, and sometimes taking the threats on the sides and all of that, because we are concerned about you. So now, if the you that we are concerned about now turns the gun, and you want us to, I don't know if it's praise singing or whatever it is, then it becomes problematic. Because journalism is not praise singing necessarily. Government communication is one thing, where from Minister for Information all the way down, everybody else to the last person recruited to either text, tweet, WhatsApp, or be a social commentator is supposed to be putting a fine veneer on everything that is negative about government. And then for those that are positive, highlight it. The job of journalists come in three folds. One, where there is no public opinion, the journalist helps to shape public opinion. That's the first one. Two, where there is public opinion and it is scattered, the journalist helps to shape it and bring it to the middle. And then three, where there's public opinion and it is poignant, it is straight to the point, you publish it. So this conversation about LGBTQI, for example, there are varied points. Some have even not made up their minds. Some are indifferent. That's where the journalist comes in to help to shape the conversation. Okay, to form public opinion about it. Should we pass it? Should we not pass it? Do we need a bill? Do we not need a bill? Then the second phase is where there is the public opinion. People are talking about it, but it's scattered. Then you help to shape it. So you guide the people. If you have reservations, put it in a memorandum, take it to Parliament. You guide them through the process. And then the third phase is where now the opinion is formed. You publish it. So our job is not to be government PROs. That is not our job. When government does something that is right, we say it. But when government does something that is not proper, for example, we'll talk about it. And we're talking about it because of you. We don't need your mother to be hiding the bread from you. No. Because you are at home and you are jobless. Your mother is hiding bread. Bread is supposed to be on the dining table. When you pass by, you break some.
Exactly. No, you are even supposed to provide the bread anyway. Yes. You'll be the one working.
But I'm saying that in the worst case scenario where you don't even have it, it's supposed to be on the dining table. When you pass by, you break some. You are watching Netflix or you are watching Kumawood.
But now they hide it and they even forget, and then it gets mold on it and everything.
So we are talking for you. We are not talking for ourselves. We are not talking for ourselves. I don't get it.
I know, right? So still on this matter, on Sunday, the new recruitments for the military, we saw the numbers that thronged LWAC Stadium. So I don't know what round it was on Sunday, whether it was the second or third round. When I spoke to a few people, I cannot remember, but they were asked to wear white and then black tracks to come for the next phase of the recruitment. And I know you will bear me witness because you are a little older. Back in the day, when they said someone...
I take offense. Oh, what do you mean by he's a little older, so he will bear you witness? Sorry, age is just a number.
Okay, honey.
Knowledge is for everybody.
Okay, so just
Carry
a few.
On.
Okay, a
it
few
doesn't
years
mean
ago.
I can prove that I know what you're going to say. Carry on anyway.
All right, so Bella and Johnny
are all on the same.
Okay, Bella and Johnny.
Me, I'm not arguing, but why are you struggling?
I don't even know. So a few years ago, when someone said they wanted to be in the military, first of all, physique will tell you that yes, this person even qualifies. You see stout people, but on Sunday, I saw people who were even less than 5 feet. I saw some, and then I saw very, excuse my tree, nyati looking people. And I'm asking, since when did military recruitment reduce itself to this standard? I'm coming to my point. Yeah. I'm not saying that the people were not qualified and all that, but you see, there are rules of engagement when it comes to every career. And when it comes to the military or the police, even physically, you must look the part. But there were teenagers, 19, 20, 21, who wanted to be in the military, and I asked why, and they said, listen, for us, it's the fastest way. We want to do medicine. Some of us want to be doctors. Some of us, there are so many things that they want to do. But using the normal route now will make it almost impossible, even almost impossible. So using the military to even get to where I want to get to for us is the fastest. And I'm thinking, listen, there were thousands. I've got videos on my phone and I'll show you thousands of them. And I'm asking, even with physique alone, how many of them will qualify?
Okay, so just to be fair to those who may not look stout and plump, the security experts have always explained to us now that security now is a thinking game.
Exactly. Okay. So not about the physique.
And you're supposed to adapt to new changes. You're supposed to think on your feet and all that. That's one.
Yeah.
But there's also the requirement of height. The basic should be for male, I think 5'7", and then for female it's 5'5" or 5'3", or 5'4".
People on Sunday.
So for women 5'4", that's the least you can have, and then for men it's 5'7" or so. If you are over the top, it's a plus for you. Again, there's a reason they go for physicals and then for medicals as well. Yes. Because they want you to be fit for purpose for the job. Now, the point you raised about people using that as a route, it's not just the military, it's not just the police.
Nursing and everywhere.
Nursing, teaching. People use it as a job card to get in because they know that there will be a guaranteed monthly salary. I mean, in fact, the military, they pay them twice, in a month. So there's a guaranteed something for them to take home. And that's the national security concern I'm talking about. Where, for example, President appears before Parliament, State of the Nation address, and says that we are now a net exporter of food. But you go to the market and a bunch of plantain, which we were told was 5 cedis in not less than 2020 or 2019, is now selling as 40 cedis. So when you are told that you are a net exporter of food, but your food on the market, your basics, your tomato, your onions, even lemon that I buy to drink every morning and evening is gone up. So you're asking yourself, are we really a net exporter of food? Or what exactly is happening? And the questions keep coming up. Look at the bag of maize, for example. Larry reported. How much is it selling for now? Everybody eats maize. Whether you're drinking cocoa, you're eating kenke or banku, or you are doing a plan, whatever it is, you are consuming maize. So if it is not happening, we must be fair and frank to ourselves, rather than keep trumpeting numbers. And you see, in all of this, we keep trumpeting the numbers, but the reality on the market is telling a totally different story.
And for me, I'll go back to our educational system and the kind of society that we find ourselves in. And yesterday I was watching the Olympics and you see, I was watching the skateboarding and all of that, and I was just asking myself questions. We have Ghanaians who are representing us at the Olympics. How many of these sports are they involved in? And it comes back to the issue of education again, and the fact that for the longest time, we've all been, made to believe that you have to go through JSS, SS, get your degree. Then after that, you will be allowed to figure out your life on your own. And so even if a child is showing interest in some other thing, other than the subjects that they are studying in school, your parents will say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to allow you to do this. And so we all go through the same educational system, get to degree, and then we now try to figure it out. And when it's too late for us to probably figure it out, then we all think that, okay, maybe let me just go and do nursing. At least I'll get some salary or military. And that's where the problem is. And so we have to tackle it from the root all over again. Because it's time for us to identify the talents of children and allow them to hone it. do we have a system that encourages children to also learn their field of interest?
You see,
otherwise we'll all go through the same system for the next 20 years.
Fair point you raised there. So at this point in the 21st century, you would expect that the Ghana Education Service, for example, will have a situation where I go to school.
Yeah.
I'm an athlete.
Right.
I can sprint. And we go for intercore. These days, I don't get to hear of intercore. But we go for intercore. I can do the 100 meter. I can do the heat. I can do 200 meters. I can do 4x4 relay. That's my turf. So I would need at least 2 days or 3 days in a week in the school to train. How, for example, is the Ghana Education Service factoring that into my academics?
Exactly.
Such that I am winning laurels for the school at intercore. So that makes 15% of my marks. So that when I am not in class for, say, core maths or core English or core science, I'm compensated for.
Exactly.
And then I don't come back to school, coming back to struggle with all my friends.
All of them. And they'll repeat you.
And they'll repeat me. I'll stay in the school. I'll be competing and the stress. Elsewhere, for example, in the US, it's done.
Yeah.
You get credit hours. In fact, for weekend jobs and holiday jobs, you go to volunteer to help an old woman or women. You know, their groupings. You come back to school, you're able to prove it.
If you're a basketball player, you get into college, even if your grades were not too strong. I mean, you should get it at a certain level, but at least you know,
so they make it up for you.
That's the kind of thing, because you see now, the world has become so complicated. We need to adapt to change. This whole chew, pour, pass, and forget, master, what do you call it? Pass questions, chew it, baba, and forget. And then we say, out of the number of people who passed in West Africa, we had the champ. It's a good thing. But I'm saying that I always will say, my father would ask me, between you and Efo, who has not done physics in school, who just did apprenticeship for 2 years, who should be able to fix the plug at home? Because if you had a B in physics, and you can quote Ohm's law, capacitance,
but
all of those ones, but you can't fix a small plug that is broken at home. Then what did you go to school
I mean, schools are talking about pollination, teaching pollination, but they don't even have a school farm to go to even teach the students or show them physically what pollination is. Exactly. There's nothing at all for you to see to know what pollination is about.
The teacher will come and draw stamen. Stigma. They draw petals.
Exactly.
But the school is concreted.
Yes.
We all used to draw skeleton.
There's no exactly
of a fish.
And
all that.
They're drawing gills and tail and fin.
We never even saw tilapia, like fresh tilapia, even in the classroom, for you to see that, this is this. Never.
The only thing we witnessed was the laughing
practicals.
gas and the other one.
Which one
Did you ever experience that in your class? Because then your science teacher will bring it to class and mix them.
That one, exactly.
That was the closest we got to some of these things.
Exactly.
We use yam for osmosis and stuff.
The tilapia, we saw it on the Shitolo stand.
No, but I mean,
but it's a very
but think about it. How hard is it to bring tilapia to the classroom, put it on the table to practically teach the students that, I mean, come on.
Go to the Shitolo stand. There's tilapia there. Tilapia is on the Shitolo.
Johnny, Shitolo, the seller, how do you say seller in Ghana? Ebaba, exactly.
There's a Shitolo in every area.
Walk by school.
So that's the practical lesson.
You have to chew when you're chewing. I break the bones one by one, so I know which one is.
This is the cartilage. This is the cartilage of the bone.
But on a more serious note, man, there's a lot we have to do to develop talents in the country.
Too much.
I mean, anyway, this is Tosi Between Newday. We'll be right back.